Hi guys, I'm Mike.
And I'm Stephen.
And this is Indy Fanatics, your home for IndyCar content with weekly podcasts and feature videos. Welcome back to the channel and to another episode of the IndyCar Podcast. Stephen's back.
I'm back to defend Dale Coyne after they were brutalised last week. And yeah.
Brutalised is a harsh word.
I mean, you were nearly bumping both.
Well, I put Pietro there, going just lack of experience, and we'll get on to talking about that, but they were fantastic performance. Okay, I apologise. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dale Coyne. I doubted you. I shouldn't. Obviously, Ed Jones has finished P3 in an Indy 500 before. Pietro is the grandson of a two-time Indy 500 winner. I was stupid.
It was disgraceful.
I quit.
I was gone. I was never going to come back.
You know what? I quit.
I saw that and I was like, I need to come back and defend Dale Coyne.
Absolutely. So I quit now, and now it's Stephen's week.
You get out of here.
Yep. See you later, guys. Stephen's week time.
So on this week's podcast, we talk about why Pato is the greatest IndyCar driver of all time.
Okay. Hold
on.
on. Stop this. We're doing a qualifying roundup.
Oh, okay.
This isn't a Pato loving show.
Well, okay, fine.
Anyway, we'll start off.
Is that next week?
No, we've had that week. Start off with Bump Day. So, on Sunday, big surprise, Will Power, the guy I predicted for pole position. So, if that's not a jinx, I don't know what that is. But Penske.
Let's just forget about your predictions and put them far away.
They were terrible, and that's why they're just a bit of fun, but they were dreadful. I got confident after the Grosjean pole and the VK win at Indy GP. I got carried away with myself. But Power, Silvestro, Karam, Ennison, and Kimball were all the five who fought for last chance quality. It's Bump Day. They can call it whatever they want, but everyone knows it's Bump Day. And just Ennison, like I did say, I think the lack of experience of the team just cost them this time. They just couldn't get enough running together. Not doubting them, because it would have been a fantastic, I think, effort for them to get through.
Yeah.
Considering the quality in the field and the teams in the field.
Yeah.
But they just couldn't find that extra bit of pace when they needed it. But, you know, they're a team that I think I'm excited to see them grow and develop over the next few years. And RC Ennison did a fantastic job. I think the entirety of the practices and up to qualifying just unfortunately wasn't good enough. And then Charlie Kimball as well. Gutted for him. Just, couldn't find any sort of pace.
They kind of went all out. They were doing all kinds of changes before his one and only run. And it just didn't work. He didn't have the straight line speed. So, just missed out. Well, I say just missed out. It was quite a big drop-off.
Yeah. Look, they were...
Because the track conditions as well.
They were about a mile per hour off.
Yeah.
They just... They couldn't find the pace like RC Ennison did. But... Wow, the shot from Bump Day was Will Power. Could have been a big shock non-entry to the Indy 500, because on his last lap coming out of turn 2, he hits the wall and then Will Power just went balls to the wall, didn't take his foot off the accelerator, and that was it. I mean, he may have struggled to have got in.
Well, he said that was going to be the only run because the engine heats up too much. Couldn't cool it down.
There you go.
That would have been his only shot.
That was his only shot, and that's turned out to be okay. And he's in the contest. And look, anyone in that 31, 32, 33 mark, that last row of the grid, a miracle would have to.
What a story it would be.
It would be an incredible story.
They're looking at top 20, top 15 as a decent result.
Yeah, but that moves on to Penske probably as a whole. I mean, fantastic actually. Sorry, just before we go, Simona de Silvestro.
Yes.
Superb for Pareto Autosport to get through. It was really touch and go, but I think it was important for them to get through.
Yeah, on a day all the not all the Chevy cars, all the Penske cars were all struggling. It was just good to get qualified.
Mm.
Yeah.
But Penske, you want to talk about them with the rest of qualifying?
just mind blowing how off the pace they were. A bit like last year as well. They had a really bad qualifying last year as well. 2 years in a row. Indy 500 is Penske. How many times have they won?
18, I
How
believe it
many
is.
poles have they got?
Well, that's a good one. That is one off the top of my head.
I was expecting you to have all the
Rick,
stats.
Rick Mears has the most with 6.
Helio had 4.
Yep. So
there we go. A lot of poles, a lot of wins, and they were nowhere. For 2 years in a row, they've been absolutely nowhere.
But the interesting thing with Penske is, one, Scott McLaughlin out-qualified all his teammates. Bearing in mind, this is his rookie year, which was a superb performance. And the guy was, well, I think he described being like an 8-year-old. He was just so excited. He wanted to go out again, but obviously he couldn't get another run to try and get into that Fast 9 because the rest of the teammates were in a bad situation through there. But the thing is, though, in the practice and all the times in terms of in race suit or kind of in race trim for the guys, they look some of the quickest in the field. And I think a lot of people think Pagenaud's got the race trim car to beat, but he's all the way back in one of the later rows. We'll go through the kind of full starting grid after we kind of talk it through. But yeah, Penske's were, again, the big shock.
Qualifying's not everything, but it is very important. The further back you start, the more luck you need to get to the top.
Yeah, the more you start relying on cautions to kind of come your way. A guy talking about luck who doesn't seem to have the rub of the green with any luck at the moment.
Oh, you're going to say Jack Harvey, aren't you?
Jack Harvey! Oh. I mean, his tyre. Wow, I'll put that on screen up for you now, but woo, what happened?
And he still held it together.
Yeah, and got a time quick enough to...
20th, wasn't he?
I think so, yeah.
Which is actually decent.
Yeah.
It's kind of close enough.
Frustrating because I think he felt he had a lot of pace. He's good here. He's won the Freedom 100 previously, and seeing his teammate Elio make it into the Fast 9.
Yeah.
It's got to be massively frustrating for Jack.
Yeah. I'm sure the time was there for him, but yet again, I
guess I jinxed him with my early predictions in the season by predicting him to have pole at the Indy 500.
He actually got I think he topped the timesheets for the final practice before qualifying. So just to rub it in even more.
Oh, Jackie boy.
He looked so quick, and then another car issue stuffs him. And
probably rounding off the kind of the middle third before we go on to the Fast 9 is Dale Coyne.
Dale Coyne!
How incredible were they?
Yes, the rookie of the qualifying session, Pietro Fittipaldi.
In row 5, and in row 4, you've got Ed Jones. Was contending for the Fast 9 spot.
Wow.
Almost got himself in there.
Yeah.
Was very close. So,
and what did you say about them last week?
I said that they were struggling for pace other than Roman Grosjean, who then went on to secure a pole and P2 position. So at least that part of the statement was right, you know. But Dale Coyne, I said, traditionally a strong year, and I said Ed Jones is probably their best bet of doing well here.
Okay.
So he's got row 4.
Yeah.
I did say that they might be I said his lack of experience, okay? And look, I made that after 2 practice sessions. They're a bit of fun. They were never meant to be accurate. I'm sorry, Coyne. I'm sorry I doubted you. Team Coyne. Woo, Dale. Coyne. Racing.
Could we have another Fittipaldi win in the Indy 500?
Well, he's in a great position.
Yeah, just outside the top. Where did he qualify in? Was it 14th? That's why I've got my thing. 13th?
13th position, so just outside the top 10. I mean, you know, I think if you're qualifying in the top 15, you've got a very good chance.
Yeah. You're there or thereabouts.
Outside of that, you're getting tough, and then 30
the more like you need. Yeah.
13 below, almost impossible.
Miracles, yeah.
Yeah, and go from there. But let's move on to the Fast 9.
Well,
No?
Just before the Fast 9, ones that didn't make the Fast 9 that were like, that's surprising. Alexander Rossi, Takuma Sato.
Are you going to put him in there?
Battle. But it's mainly Takuma and Rossi because they're previous 500 winners.
Yeah.
They do qualify well. And they missed out.
Yeah.
They couldn't get a second run in, although conditions, if they even got a late run in, wouldn't have probably improved.
No.
But yeah.
Fast 9 then.
Fast 9 now.
Fast 9. We're into the Fast 9. And surprises? For you, any surprises?
When you look at how quick the Fast 9 were, you go, no, all of them deserve to be there. All of them are looking super quick.
Very true.
Couldn't really say any surprises. I feel if I said Marcus Ericsson, that would be a bit harsh because he's improved so much.
Natural on the ovals, and Ryan
Hunter-Reay, again, maybe a bit hard. It's harsh to say someone's a surprise because you're saying they're not very good.
No. We spoke about... No. He was interviewed, and the interviewer said, it was a surprise for you to make the Fast 9. And he said, I'm surprised because it didn't feel great. And he was like, but, somehow it all kind of linked up together, and I got a time.
Okay, so we can say Ryan Hunter-Reay was a surprise.
With safety. Not offensive.
He won the 500 in 2014.
Bingo.
There we go.
I think he said he won it from 18th that year, so he's further up the grid to do it this year.
He is one of the 9 Indy 500 winners on the grid, which is incredible. That's a side note.
I think that's the most ever on a starting grid ever.
Yeah, well, I think somewhere in the 80s or 90s, there was one 500 with 9 or even more.
Okay.
I can't remember. I think there was another 9. But yeah, Ryan Hunter, okay, yeah, a surprise. He did very well.
Elio,
well, he's another one of your predictions. Elio,
unlikely to secure a 4th Indy 500 mile Shane. Bam! Get in the Fast. I give up. Predictions, I give up. I concede. You might as well put a pie in my face right now.
Well, your star performers are going okay.
Yeah, they are.
Luckily, the pie doesn't come into.
Yeah, absolutely. Whew, what a relief.
I guess Helio is a surprise, but he is a 3-time winner, 4-time pole sitter. He's quick around the 500. My Shag has looked a quick car all year and this season.
Now, maybe a surprise because Chevy just didn't look to have the qualifying pace. Was the Ed Carpenter boys. Ed Carpenter himself in the number 20 car and the number 21 with Renus VK in that Bitcoin livery, which is a very, very strange livery. It kind of almost gives vibes to the McLaren testing livery a little bit.
Kind of, yeah.
But it's kind of dots rather than the weird zigzag streaky things that they had. Anyway, they were rapid. And at one stage, we're like going, oh my God, are they going to get pole? Like between Ed Carpenter and Renus VK, it was like 600ths, I think.
Between the two, yeah.
Yeah, which was so close. And they were the first ones to hit the 2:32 mark on their first laps of the 4-lap average. Wow, they were rapid. And Renus VK, I mean, more and more the seeing race. How impressive is he?
Yeah. He was quick last year. Got unfortunate, hit one of his pit crew when he came into one of the stops. But yeah, showing he is
nice. Kind of send it under the radar.
Rocket Renus, absolutely flying around the Indianapolis.
He was like a rocket.
Yeah, and beating his boss, which is kind of a bit awkward.
He's going to take a pay cut for that one.
Yeah. Ed's going to have a few words. Wasn't part of the plan.
It's my time. This is my time.
Team orders right off the bat.
Yeah, but because TK didn't go quicker than them, we went 3rd quickest.
Yeah.
So, and I was like going, oh my God, are they going to do it? But no, the guys who would look quickest, Scotty Dixon, Colton Herta fought it out for pole. Colton Herta went quickest, and he was flying out there, and it was really funny because they just kind of had the great shot of the camera that's just looking at the driver as it goes along, and the kind of pipe. Obviously, these guys are going at 230 plus mile an hour, and it just looks like. I mean, it probably feels like that. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. The force is on you at 230 mile an hour, but obviously you couldn't see his face. But the kind of air hose,
absolutely,
by his side, and it's like just hold onto it. But did enough to get pole. How exciting! Yeah, everyone was getting thing, but Scott Dixon, he's a legend.
Wow.
Absolutely. That now takes him to a fourth pole position at Indy 500.
His first lap was an absolute monster. And that's what going pole. Because Herta was consistently quick. Whereas Scott Dixon just had an absolute monster first lap. We got to 232.7.
He might have been 0.9. I think he almost hit the 233. Yeah. He was flying like... He didn't drop below 230 on the first lap.
Yeah, it was absolutely nuts. And then he nearly lost it in the last lap, which meant there was only 0.03 or 0.5, something around there, between him and Herta. It was absolutely nuts. Jeez, pole position going down to the final two guys. Crazy.
It was just a fantastic qualifying. And that's what Indy 500 is. It's such a big event that even qualifying is almost as exciting an event in itself, but the grid got sorted. Unfortunately, Kimball and Ennison won't make it through to that Indy 500. But Stephen, do you want to go through the round off just the entire grid as we go here? Pressure's on.
Am I going speed run or am I going casual?
You can go casual, but we'll start from the last row and work our way up to the front row.
Okay, Simona Del Silvestro, how am I? I'll just read them out. Wheel Power in 32, Sage Cram completes the back row in 31st. Row 10 is then Dalton Kellett, Max Chilton and Stefan Wilson, followed by row 9 with Sebastian Bourdais, Simon Pagenaud and Marco Andretti on his one-off entry for the 500. Row 8 I'm on. Jeez, I'm gonna lose track of this. With 1 Pablo Montoya, Santino Ferrucci, and JR Hildebrand. Row 7, Joseph Newgard and Jack Harvey, Connor Daly. Row 6, Graham Rahal, Scott McLaughlin, and James Hinchcliffe. Row 5?
5.
Row 5? Takuma Sato, Felix Rosenfist, and Pietro Fittipaldi. Row 4, the best row, with Pato Award, Ed Jones, and Alexander Rossi. Row 3, Marcus Ericsson, Elio Castro Neves, and Ryan Hunter-Ray. Second row, Alex Palou, Tony Kanaan, Ed Carpenter, and the final front row, Rinus VeeKay, Colton Herta, and Scott Dixon going for number 2.
Yeah, it's like we said in the kind of Meet the Drivers video, where it's crazy that a guy who's been such a legend of the sport has only got one Indy 500 win.
Yeah.
But it's so tough to win it.
Yeah.
And, a guy who is quick at the Indy 500 as well. So, yeah, I think Scott is very determined. If Scott Dixon ended up winner of the Indy 500 this year, I think there would be no surprises in that one. Although
Chip said the Brickway owes no one.
Absolutely. You have to earn everything that you get at the Brickyard. So, that is it for today's video. Hope that was a good roundup of qualifying. I mean, the starting grid was all over the place, but we were trying to figure out the rows. we just couldn't figure out the rows as we went on. But we hope you enjoyed it. Any questions, as always, let us know in the comments below. And we'll be back on Wednesday for another podcast looking ahead to the race. And we'll be doing our race predictions. So if you want to see some car crash predictions and for people not to back in the race, listen to me on Wednesday. And Stephen, we don't know. He's the unknown. His predictions might be right, or they might be equally as terribly as me. Who knows? But tune in Wednesday to see that one. And if they're new around here or haven't done so already, Stephen, what can they do?
They can like, subscribe, and ding that bell.
Ding it. So for now, you Indy fans, keep racing.